Hello there and welcome to a bit of Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Hope you're all having a pleasant time. Just going to do another first part today because I'm going to be going out today. I've got to actually go to my mum's and help with some furniture assembly. So I'll be gone for the next 5 days. I'm going to set the timer for about, I think we'll do about an hour and 20. I've got plenty of time, but I only really want to do one episode today because I've got lots of stuff to do before I go out, and I can do that while this video is rendering. I will not be uploading this video before I go away. I will not be uploading this video while I am away, so you'll be getting this video on the week of... I could just work it out if it wasn't... I will be back on the week of the 25th. So, that'll be nice. So, in the previous part, I'm trying to remember where we were. I think it was this one. I hope I got it this one. We had done Zephyr, Breeze Harbour, Crystal Glacier, and Magma. Let's not do that again. Magma Cone. So, yeah, so I've really not got much gaming news today, so I can address some of your comments. While we're loading into the game, I have read some of them. There was a lot of stuff that that Super Spyro fan had said on the Hurricane level. Lots and lots of stuff. Apparently, Tom Kenny was the voice of SpongeBob, who did the voice of Spyro as well. So I knew Tom Kenny was the voice of Spyro, but I didn't know he was the voice of SpongeBob and the electrodes or electodes or something. What level are we going to do next? We could do Skillless Badlands. Oh god, no. Okay, we'll do that one later, because I know there's a lot of arsing about, but I want to do that one later. No, I really don't want to do any levels that are going to piss me off so early in the morning, because I haven't actually got anything done. I haven't done my washing up, I haven't done my chores. So, yeah. So I really just want a nice, easy level to get us started off. I don't want to do Fracture Hills, not with the Supercharge, not with the Alchemist, not that we can help the Alchemist just yet anyway. But yeah, we'll do a level where we can actually complete everything, because that pisses me off when I can't complete a level. I mean, I love the backtracking. I do. I love that there are parts of older levels you can't access until later on. I love that in Collectathons. I love it in Banjo-Kazooie. I love it in Spyro and Crash with the gems. It's wonderful. It's just, it pisses me off when I can't get everything. So, yeah. They've got the animations perfect. I'm not a big fan of the design, but otherwise the characters really do look nice.
Hello, Spyro. My brother Handel and I have been sent here to blow up this castle, but Handel got caught by these evil soldiers, and I'm stuck out here. If you can open the doors that block the way, I can find Handel, and we can complete our super secret spy mission.
For some reason, that paragraph sounded better than the previous one, because I think Greta spoke a bit more slowly. I mean, I think that's quite common in the Spyro games before. Maybe because voice acting was perhaps a new thing, but yeah, it just seems a bit odd. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get my old Spyro head on, I guess, and try and enjoy it for what it is. Scorch does look good. I mean, here the texture quality is quite poor, if I'm totally honest. Yeah, it's like, this is, I think, the worst looking level in terms of graphical fidelity, but in terms of art style, it looks really nice. I'm sorry, I'm not really taking enough time to actually look at the enemies, because this is essentially my favourite level in Spyro 2. I had a little bit of the music as well earlier, sounds quite good. So one of the gimmicks we've got in this level is we have to activate these switches, which we'll see up here, like in Summer Forest, where you have to open the doors and these raise the flags. So yeah, so we might see a few different designs and enemies in terms of the weapons and things like that, but let's have a look. Right, they fucked up the chorus. One of the reasons why this level is a favourite of mine is because the chorus sounded great. And it's one of those things that, I mean, it's something that these remasters are constantly getting wrong. And I will say wrong in my opinion. You know,
the monkeys have escaped from the Avalar Zoo, and I've been sent here to catch them. But they keep throwing coconuts at me, and it hurts. Can you help me out? Great! Just charge the tree.
The chorus, it's completely different, and it's like, that was the part, in so many of these songs in the Crash Bandicoot N. Sane Trilogy and in the Spyro Reignited Trilogy, that, you know, it really takes me out of the level. It's like, I'm sorry, you were getting it all right up until that point, or at least it was tolerable until that point. But here, no, I don't even want to listen to the rest of the music, because, I mean, the rest of the song sounds great, but the, there, no. The monkey designs aren't... I mean, they look more like monkeys, but I think that removes a lot of the appeal. Because they used to look like they didn't have legs, they were just like round at the bottom, like sort of bulbous at the bottom. And when they fell, they'd bounce straight back up. They wouldn't just have a falling animation and just... No, it's like they fall, but then they literally bounce back up. You should see it because it's fucking hilarious. I love it. Oh, careful, gotta make sure he throws them at me.
Thanks for your help, Spyro. Please, take this. One of the monkeys had it.
One of the monkeys had it. Yeah, what a shame. That was one of my favourite mini games in the game as well. Nice and easy. Yeah. I do like the art style. I think it looks tremendous. I've got a feeling we're going to see some of these assets in Shady Oasis. But yeah, it's not too bad looking. Let's have a look at the... Oh, I was about to say, I thought you were a guy. The animations are, for the most part, quite similar. One of these guys here won't have a gun. I may not be here. I think we killed the other one. But you may have noticed earlier that they had a catapult. Excuse me one second. I just want to make sure I am recording with the Blue Yeti and not with the webcam. Yeah, that's fine. Sorry about that. Oh, fucking hell! I've got to check something else as well. I'm really sorry about this. But yeah, they had a catapult. So that's another one of the changes that I don't really feel is necessary, but, you know, I mean, it's like, it's alright, saying that I don't think it's necessary, it's censorship gone mad, etc. It's like, well, if that's what it takes to get the fucking game out, then, yeah. I mean, like, who's really gonna buy, you know, I mean, or who's gonna, I mean, is it really gonna look good in, you know, on journalism sites that, that Spyro is a 12, rated by Peggy, you know? That's, or it's a teen, you know? No, it's not really going to look good at all. Oh, Christ almighty, that projectile speed's gone up. I mean, not too hard to dodge by any means, but, yeah, it has gone up, and that's good. It's good, because the projectiles in these games can be so fucking slow, it just defeats the point of having them. It's basically like, they are now out of an attack. Although, actually, I think some enemies would slap, I'm not quite sure. I like the reload animation there as well. It looks strangely satisfying. So I like that. Okay, so yeah, sometimes the enemies will shoot idly at bubbles and things like that. I think I did it in the first game as well. So yeah. I do quite like the level design. I mean, it does seem very linear and very bland. You couldn't be blamed for thinking that. But it does have some elements of Spyro 1 where you're sort of spiraling around and you know, trying to make use of a single part of the zone quite well. Just perhaps not the best. I mean, oh nice, I've got the lilies. Slime. Okay. I can't remember. Oh yeah, this was a very pale green sludge, if I remember correctly. Oh yeah, this is one of the nice secret areas as well. Well, I say secret areas. Yeah, very satisfying. As I was saying, yeah, sorry, I need to address fan comments. Yes, Super Spyro fan was saying that that apparently Spyro Attack of the Rhinox, or Adventure as it's known elsewhere, is one of the best GBA games. I have played a bit of it, and people constantly say it's an RPG because it has an inventory system and, you know, like quest tracking and things like that. If it's an RPG, it's a very light one. I mean, honestly, I'm not going to complain because it's a very light RPG. You know, it's not like a AAA game with crafting and calling itself an RPG. But it is. It's not much of an RPG. It definitely has RPG elements like the quest logic and stuff like that. But again, it's also a bit more like an adventure game in places, in that you have an inventory system and a journal. But yeah, I don't think there's any leveling up or anything like that. But yeah, honestly, I could agree that it is one of the better ones. I couldn't say it's the best without playing a bit more of it. I've played some of it on an emulator and on the Game Boy Advance, and it's okay. It's a pretty good game. I mean, again, it's on the Game Boy Advance, so of course it's going to be limited in a certain facet.
Hey Spyro, we need those flags to prove our secret mission was successful. But the flag keeper keeps stealing them.
Very quickly.
If you can knock the flag keeper down, you could bring the flags back. My secret decoder ring says that this power-up thing should help you.
His secret decoder ring, yeah. Okay, so we've got to basically take out Bombo, or Bono. Oh. Yeah, wasn't a good idea to charge headlong into that, was it? But yeah, being on the Game Boy Advance, the game is of course going to be limited to what it can do.
Now Handel and I can complete our mission. By the way, you can have this talisman. I stole it when the soldiers weren't looking.
Oh, it does look nice. The talisman looks beautiful there, it really does. I think the gold complements it really well. I mean, even in the first game, it looked quite nice. I mean, that's to say that they all. I mean, that's implying that the rest didn't, but no, they really did. Now let's see how the the super flame timer works in this game. Oh, right, I'm probably not getting enough time to actually find Bombo. I sure hope I can. Where is he, I wonder? He's not there. I'm gonna refresh that, I think, as I asked about it. Yeah, so basically he's at the top of the flagpole, so he'll be up there, but he's not on that one. I think we've got to do this about 3 times, and we've got to shoot him down, and then we've got to chase him all the way back here for the flag. Now, I'm not saying that because the game was on Game Boy Advance, it was bad. I'm just saying that, as I say, it was limited. You know, it's like you've got 4 Spyro games on Game Boy Advance. You've got Season of Ice and Flame, Adventure, and you've got the Cortex Conspiracy. And really, the Cortex Conspiracy is, or Spyro Orange, as it's known elsewhere, is one of the most unique because it's a side-scroller. The rest were isometric platforms. And Adventure, while it is an isometric platformer, doesn't really do much. Hang on, where the hell's Bombo? I think I fucked up somewhere. Oh dear. Oh, I see. Oh, I get it. I think, okay. I don't think he's at that one. I don't think he's right at the beginning. I think that's the last one that you go to, not the first one. Sorry, because it's harder to get to because you've got you've got to make you've got to get there sooner. So where is Bombo then? There he is. Bombo's there. Right. I wonder if we can reach it from here. I doubt I can, but still. Let's give it a try. Well, let's have a look first before we do anything hasty. Oh, I can just see him there. Ah, can't quite get him. Right, well, that's okay. Let's just do his voice actor. What does he look like?
So, you want that flag, eh, Dragon? Well, two can play at this bombing game. Let's go!
Right, okay, so I thought he was purple. No, he's apparently not. He's still orange. So it still looks similar, with a lot more detail. I can't really say it's censorship, honestly. If you didn't really think about any sort of context for like offensiveness or anything like that some people have brought up, then really it does look like a graphical improvement. It is quite similar, because honestly the first one was actually kind of scary, especially the eyes. God almighty, I think it was the pupils in the eyes that made him scary, but here it looks a lot more alien, or some kind of elemental being with all the sort of scarring and swirls on his face and the teeth. As for the voice actor's quite good. I just don't think it matches the character model really. Which is something that, it is another thing Super Spyro fan brought up, was that, oh shit.
Ha! You won't beat me, Dragon!
Yeah, it used to sound a bit more nasally, like, ha, you won't beat me, Dragon! From what I remember.
Alright then, let's go!
Alright then, let's go! Again, that's based loosely off of memory. But yeah, you've got to stay quite close to this guy, otherwise you'll, shit!
Ha!
Yes, otherwise you'll shit.
Alright then.
I can't shout it loudly, actually, the name of him, so I should have thought about that before, but yes, don't have to put up with me. So, it returns the flag if you do that. But you got to stay quite close, otherwise it runs away.
Great, but there are still
flies
two
away,
flags out
floats
there.
away, whatever. I don't think I can get it from here either. Darn. I can see one of the flags there, though. So... yeah, so yeah, another thing Super Spyro fan was saying as well was that they, at least this was on the Dark Spyro forums anyway, but they said that it's an unpopular opinion that Spyro was the better of the two games between Fresh Purple and Spyro Orange. I mean, I've got a review script planned for both, but oh, for fuck's sake, I mean that's such a tight window to get through. I can't really dodge that. I mean, this is a lot harder than before. I could easily do this on the PS1, but yeah, I mean, hey, again, it's not a bad thing. It's nice to have some challenge. It's nice to be like, holy shit, there's something I can't do in a game that I've mastered essentially. For fuck's sake, I can't get too close either because the
Alright then.
that hitbox is quite generous.
Alright.
But yeah, they don't explode on contact. They bounce, and not only that, they sort of roll around on the floor. So it appears as though they actually have some physics. And if they don't, then you know, honestly, if these don't have physics to them when they're sort of rolling around on the floor, then then the illusion is great. I apologise for the cough. Still got it. But yeah, I just think that the controls were better in some of those games. Some of the mini games were easier to play. They weren't as shitty. Not to mention as well that like this game had come out like around the time of Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex, which I see it's actually stopping for me. Okay, well that's quite generous of you, Bob. Bob mode. There we go.
You're so close, Spyro.
Right
Just one more.
If I can see him there. Is it going to be an invisible wall? I don't think there is an invisible wall. It's just that I've got to be really accurate because I can't hit the leaves of the palm trees. I can't quite get the controller sensitivity is too high there. No, no worries. I'm going to do it properly then. But yeah, I just think that, you know, we've just had Wrath of Cortex, which I criticised heavily for not being a platform game. In fact, that's what I compare Anthem to a lot of the time. Oh god, we've got to bring that up again. Yes, it's like in Anthem, the gunplay is the best thing, but it's just like so little of it because you've got to put up with the shitty UI and, you know, some terrible controls in menus and load times and things like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's got a lot more problems than that. It's fundamentally broken in so many areas. We're a lot more predictable this time. Makes us encounter... Oh, shit! You are joking.
Alright then.
I mean, I think I would have died anyway, even if I'd landed, but still. Oh, God. I'm not going to sit through the dialogue, you've heard it already. For fuck's sake. The definition of insanity. I mean, again, at least he's not running away, because that's what you used to do before. It's like you had to actually keep up with him. So I guess they've gone for more projectiles at the cost of, you know, having to chase him at the same time. Which kind of removes a lot of the tension, if I'm honest. Fuck. But yeah, it's like Crash Purple. It's like it would have been fine as a minigame compilation if we hadn't had Crash Bash, which obviously was never pitched as a platform game. But but Wrath of Cortex was full of them. It's like the platforming was so rare. It's like, okay, well, what's the best thing about Crash Purple? The platforming. The problem is you only use the platforming to get to mini-games.
Alright.
Like, there were some, and I'm talking about like 3 or 4 platforming stages. Well, I say platforming, even then it's like, you've got to destroy crates, you've got to do time attack and so on. Actually, the time attack ones weren't too bad. They were actually very challenging, and they were very creative as well, I've got to give them that. But yeah, Spyro just felt more like a Spyro game. It had side-scrolling, which was very unique, and I'd love to see something like that again. I mean, the Tasmanian Tiger kind of did that, much to mixed reception. So Chrome Studios, I think, decided at that point that they really should remaster the games, and it's been overwhelmingly positive. But yeah, I'd love to see a Spyro side-scroll. I think the gliding, the hovering, worked all fine on the Game Boy Advance. And it's like, well, why not have more games than like that? Because we've just had 3 isometric games that haven't really changed much. Okay, oh, for fuck's sake. Right. Calm down, John. Okay, let's not charge. Anyway, I mean, I'm not complaining about the game at all, I'm just complaining about me. I'm rushing ahead. I'm playing this like Spyro 2. Well, at least at this rate, we probably won't be able to do Fracture Hills. I really don't want to do that level, but I mean, if it gets the arse about, then it gets the arse about. Then for fuck's sake. Right, anyway. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, honestly, out of the 2, I prefer Spyro. But I think it's more because I'm just sick and tired of Crash not doing what he's good at, you know, which is platforming. You know, and yeah, okay, fine. You know, Crash Bandicoot, The Big Adventure, or XS, which had no excess of originality. I mean, that was good. That was fun. But it was just Crash Bandicoot 2, essentially, on Game Boy Advance with, well, Crash Bandicoot 2 assets with original level design. And hey, it was a good game. It was more of the same that you love.
Spyro, how can we repay you for your efforts? How about this orb that I found in...
Yes, please. Thank you, Handel. Now, is that the level... Oh, no, it's not the level complete because we've got some gems to get. Oh, we've got them. Must have got them earlier. Okay, right, from that chest that I destroyed with the super flame. So, oh, was there a skill point by any chance? I don't believe there was. There's 2 in Skillless Badlands. Ah, trees. Destroy all trees. Destroy all trees? What do you mean by all trees? Let's have a look. What does it mean? Ah, I think I know what it means. I mean, I don't know why I go for the skill point on the save file, because I'll probably have to delete it because this part fucks up or something, but you know, let's do it anyway. Does it mean these those trees in the background there? Well, let's find out. It can't be those ones, surely. Do I have to rustle all the trees? Do I have to burn all the trees? It's like, not very intuitive. All trees. I think it just means to shake all the trees. So, okay, well, let's shake them all then. Let's charge into each of the trees. But yeah, that's why I prefer the you know, Spyro Orange or the Cortex Conspiracy. And it's a good, honestly, either way, it's a good idea. The idea of crashing and Spyro teaming up and Ripto and Cortex teaming up. So that's kind of neat. Just do these ones on okay, because I don't know what the fuck all trees means on its own. So yeah, that's what I can get one in the background. Can I? Oh. Well, I could get it, but didn't do anything. Anything up here? Anything interesting at all? No. Oh shit! I like the physics there on the coconut. That was quite cool. Okay, I think we're coming up to one of the trees. Ah, yes, it was charged along. Now we've got 29 lives. I realise that the cameras actually cover that up. So yeah, you got to charge all the trees basically. At least all the ones that shake and drop a coconut like so. So yeah. Another thing that Super Spyro fan was saying that I think I only just hinted at earlier was that sometimes the Reignited Trilogy doesn't really get that much right. It feels off, like some of the voice acting is a bit off, some of the jokes fall flat. But one of the things they said as well that actually struck a chord with me was with Spyro 1, it was mostly improvements. It's like there was really not that much wrong at all. When I first saw that was really fucking scary because I didn't understand what the hell that was. I mean, I keep thinking it's a reference to something, but I don't know what it is. Even then the cutscene was a bit different and the animations were, but yeah. Yeah, they're trying to do a lot of different things rather than sort of replicate the originals. And honestly, I'm over that kind of now, you know, it's like, fine, let the devs do what they want to do. I will never tell a developer to change their artistic vision for me, you know. It's like going back to Anthem once more. I swear to God I'm going to have like a swear jar or something, an Anthem jar. Right, I've got 50 minutes left. Fuck it, let's get Fracture Hills done. The worst of the lot. It's not a bad level. It's probably improved a bit with this Reignited Trilogy. It's just about... I don't want to have to do what we did with Bob there, where I'm constantly going back and forth trying to do a shitty little bit of the game. That shouldn't be that hard, but for some reason I'm not concentrating enough on it. Oh yeah, I know that there is another dev for Spyro 3. I forgot the name. It's like Yakuza Games or something. I must admit, I think I said the opposite before, but I'm really not a fan of the the design of the Earth Shapers. I did like the music though. The music was exactly the same. The bagpipe music there. So they added some drums there.
Thank you for releasing me. There are still some more satyrs trapped in stone.
That's alright! Come on then, let's free the rest of ya!
Well, hello there, Mr. Dragon. You're pretty cute for a quadruped. I wish I could take you on a tour of our temple, but a bunch of lousy earth shapers have encased it in stone.
That's alright, wee lassie. I'll sort them out. I'll crump 'em good and proper, eh? Whenever I had a hashtag heated moment in video games in college, I would always shout in that sort of Scottish accent there. Strangely, it fooled a lot of people. They used to ask you really Scottish. It's like, well, why would you ask someone that? It's like, is it so strange? Is it so strange that someone would come from Scotland to be educated? And even then, I mean, I couldn't tell you what accent it actually is, like what city. It's like a British accent isn't. There's no such thing. I mean, well, there is, I guess, but there's so many of them. I'm not going to bother with the stuff down there just yet. There's plenty to get on with. Strangely, the fire breaks the stone. But does nothing to those guys. I guess it's because they're a large enemy. Oh, I know, you use flames on large enemies. Jesus, if I forgot that detail, I should just give up the title of greatest fan of Spyro right now. Fucking hell. I just forgot one of the fundamental basics of Spyro. Jesus. Now, these enemies used to be really fucking annoying. I mean, they've been nerfed quite a bit, if I'm honest. The response times are significantly lower than what they were before. But I can't really complain because they were a bit too tough at times. So yeah, so I'm glad they sort of made it easier for perhaps a newer audience. Oh yes, by the way, if you're interested at all in the discussion of remakes, I'd recommend checking out Thor High Heels video on I don't get the hype behind the hype around remakes. I don't get the hype around remakes. It's a very, very detailed discussion about what good they do. In fact, Spyro 1 is compared to Spyro the Reignited Trilogy, Spyro 1. And honestly, it's like, it really puts my ability to criticize to shame. I mean, Thor High Heels is one of the best reviewers, in my opinion, on the internet. His the amount of detail he can go into, the amount of stuff he talks about is legendary. It really is. It's exactly what I want from a review. It's like, yeah, there's humor, there's banter, there's quirky moments and whatnot, skits, but really, it's like, at the core of it, there's so much good criticism. Because I find so many reviews nowadays to just be like, hey, it's a jokey video because I'm not very good at reviewing, but here's a little bit of a clever thing that makes the video worth watching. You know, not saying that that's all the most popular and best reviews and whatnot, but it is just a trend that I really don't like. It puts me off on so many reviews.
It's great to be free. Now there's only one satyr left to rescue.
Great to be free! Now there's only one satyr left to rescue. Okay, I think I'm putting a bit on there. Oh, I don't know what's about down there. No. Stick to the main path, John. You'll get there eventually. The lady fawns there. Sound. They don't really seem to have the same accent as they once did. I couldn't put the name of the sort of area down. I do believe it's a Jersey girl accent. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah. But yeah, now it's. I think I only heard it very faintly, but I think it's more just a more Scottish accent. Again, couldn't tell you which city.
Now that you have rescued all the satyrs in Fracture Hills, you ought to explore the...
Okay, so we've got to get to the temple now, so we need to do the supercharge, I do believe, to break into the main entrance. So yeah, the supercharge is, excuse me, sees, I think, the most use in this level. So we have to charge these creatures into the lava. They did that before, very funny. And I think you launch them back just a bit more than that in the original, but don't quote me on it. I think there is a skill point for destroying all of the Earth Shapers, but... Actually, check that, actually. No! Sorry. Right, skill up on lands for heals. Oh, 3 laps of supercharge. Oh, okay. Well, this gets us souls anyway, so... I'm pretty sure it is. Please. Yes, alright, okay. So I need those gems. Oh yes, I hadn't shown this before. Sparks is putting me to a gem there. Let's take that one. Where's the next one, buddy? Over there. Oh. Yes, by holding down the left stick, Sparks points you to gems. I know I said it earlier, but I don't think I'd actually shown it. So there you have it, and it's in all 3 games. So it's a nice addition to the game, if I'm honest. But yeah. I sort of, in a way, I sort of think it cheapens the collectathon thing. It's like, you know, it's not like these things are placed in really hard to reach areas or hard to see areas. It's not Ukulele where, like, the most basic collectible is hidden, you know, and only if you've got that sort of platform game instinct will you can find it, you know? Now, there's no lava here, but there's lots of Earth Shapers. That's something we're going to have to deal with later.
Just stand still, he says. I'll turn your boots to gold, he says. Oh, hi, Spyro. You're a sight for sore eyes. I'd appreciate it mightily if you could locate that alchemist. He owes me a favor.
Oh yes, I was told as well by Super Spyro fan once more, take a drink, every time I say that. Yeah, Super Spyro fan, no, please do keep commenting. I love reading your comments and respond to them. Yes, apparently the voice actor for Ripto and Hunter in the original 2 games is back for this one, but only for Ripto. I'm not a big fan of the voice actor of Hunter in this. There's very few lines that I think have actually been improved as a result. That was one of my favourite lines, you know, just stand still, he says, I'll turn your boots to gold, he says. Hi, Spyro. Yeah, that was one of my favourites. I used to be able to recite, well, pretty much all the dialogue in the game, word for word. But, yeah, that was one of my favourites to do, because I was a fucking idiot and I didn't have anyone to talk to, really. So, yeah, so I just talked to myself. Still do. No siblings or anything like that, so so I just talk to myself because I'm the most interested person in the nearby vicinity. Okay, so we've got to break open that door, but we can't do that just yet because we need to break it open with a supercharge.
Oh, Dragon, perhaps you can help. My friend is locked in this room and lost the key. Do you know how hard it is to find a locksmith at this time of night?
Well, the voice is okay. Oh shit! I thought it would break them open. No, of course not, because then you'd be because then where would the need for the alchemist be? Yes, we need the alchemist, but right now I can't do that because I suppose I could do the first orb. No, I'm not doing the first orb. Fuck it. We'll do it when we when we're trying to complete the game. Sorry, these distracted me a bit. This cavern seems a bit tight, but let's try anyway. So yeah, you got to move them out of the way anyway, just in case they are in the way of your supercharge. I've got to do apparently 3 laps of this for a skill point. It's going to be a long-ass day, I can tell you that right now. But I remember the route. Yes, okay. Oh, shit! Why?
Oh, thank goodness you broke that door down for me. I thought I'd be stuck in here forever. I found this fancy orb in here. Please, take it.
I'm gonna be really embarrassed if I've said that this is a Scottish accent and it turns out to be Irish. I'm honestly, I'm accent blind. I really am. Or accent deaf, I guess. There's times where I can't tell the difference between like Yorkshire and Liverpool at times. And I'm from Yorkshire. Jesus, and I want to get into voice acting. If someone asks me to do an accent, I'm fucked. That's it. Yeah. So I don't. Oh, fucking hell! Jump's just a bit too high. I'm trying to jump early as well. Right, let's try and jump actually into it. Line up. There we go. But even then, that felt like arse. It really does. You've got to do a very light tap, and I'm not overly fond of that, to be honest. Right, there's a bit of register and streak. Assuming, of course, I actually managed to get 3 done. Oh, mighty. It really does feel faster. Oh, jeez. And it's certainly a lot more... Oh, for fuck's sake! A lot smoother. The controls, like, you can turn nice and easily. That pissed me off. I'm sorry, I'm not having that. Jesus Christ. I don't know how I could have timed that jump better. Dear, dear, dear. Right, I think I've addressed pretty much all the comments I wanted to. I accept one last thing. I know Super Spyro fan again, take a shot. Did say that they didn't want Enter the Dragonfly mastering because they weren't a big fan of the level design and such. And it had about 2 years to develop. Honestly, I can understand that totally. I could totally understand someone want Enter the Dragonfly remastered because it's not a good game. But that's the reason why I want it remastered, you know? It's like, do these 3 games really need a remaster? Well, not particularly, because they sold really well. Everyone knows about Spyro. They know how good the games are, you know? Fuck's sake. There isn't really that much need to improve its reputation, or indeed improve anything about the game. You know, I will quite happily state that Spyro 2 is a perfect game. You know, I've said before that I challenge anyone to come up with flaws, and I would find it hard to agree, you know, or understand their perspective. I think, which is you know, unique to that game, I guess. Don't fuck this up now, John. But yeah, so Enter the Dragonfly, well... it didn't do well, but it's not because of the developer, it's because the publisher didn't give them... Hang on, what the fuck's going on? Did I get the skill point? 3 laps of supercharge. How is that not 3 laps of supercharge? What do you want me to do, game? Because I'm pretty sure that's legit. I knew this would happen. I mean, well, not new, but I feared this would happen. I'm trying to remember how I actually get to that chest over there. Was it actually go through here? Because that seems too short a route. If that's the dev's way of saying no, then okay. I'll accept that. Fucking hell. You know, I think I can jump over that lava, but it would be very tight if I did. Yes, we did it! There we go. That was much better than previous attempts in the original. I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, I think you had to go through a whole rigmarole to get that chest. Shit. Yeah, I didn't like doing that in the original. But yeah, it's like I mean, Tombi is a game that I think deserves a remaster because it was a critical success, but it was a commercial disaster. You know, everyone loves Tombi. There's not a single person on the planet who, well, frankly, deserves to live and hates Tombi.
Poor helpless little me. Sorry, short stuff. I was only in here because I like the peace and quiet. Anyway, the other fawns wanted me to give you this talisman.
I like sort of the twist endings for some of these quests. There's one in Sunny Villa in Spyro 3. It's fucking fantastic. I think the characters were Romeo and Juliet as well. Or, you know, it was a story like that anyway. It was a sort of romance plot. Right, okay, we can't really get all the orbs here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just quickly grab all the gems I can. Get them out of the way. That wasn't too bad. I was expecting to spend a bit more time here. Right, well, that's all the gems. I'm not going to bother with the 2 orbs that I can get. Free the fawn, yeah, okay, right, those are the alchemist 1 and 2, okay. So, the portal. I like how in this level, like, you're really not that far from the entrance, between the entrance and the end, but you've got to go around the entire map to unlock it. I always like things like that. I like that ending. I must admit as well, I like the Satyr design. I think they look really cool. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Well, we've got plenty of time left. We've got half an hour. Really don't want to do those orbs though. If we've time, I might take on Gulp. In fact, no, we can't, can we? Because we've got to do Skelos Badlands. I might have to actually end this part early. We'll see, we'll see. I might end this at the 1:10 mark. Oops, sorry, my Christmas socks are on the chair there for all to see. Probably wasn't a very pleasant sight. It's not gin, it's water.
Huh?
I like the hippo designs. I really do. In fact, this is a nice looking level indeed. Shady Oasis was quite a bland level. So I'm really glad that it's gave me a lot of love here. Wow. It's not the Summer Forest levels are nice, but
Spyro, it's a good thing you're here. I've been trying to get a berry out of this magic berry bush, but I'm just not strong enough. If you charge or flame the bush, one of those yummy berries should drop.
I don't really remember much of the Shady Oasis soundtrack, and it definitely wasn't one of my favourites, so I won't be listening too closely to it. But the voice acting there was very much like the similar. It was also the original. Yeah, so you charge or flame the bush, and the hippos, strangely with wings, get to grow. The enemy design is very animated as well. Yeah, I think everything has been quite great. Actually, didn't they have their faces covered for that for the most part? I can't really remember. I think it was just their eyes that they really showed. It's still very menacing. Quite cheeky in places. The voice of them as well helped. Not really a fan of the water here. The sludge, because it was like a sort of sludge. It looked like green mashed potato, really, like spread, evenly. So yeah, I don't know. It just looks a lot more menacing, to be honest. No, I'm not really feeling it, I'm afraid. It doesn't look like that's going to be a texture I can actually walk on, because it looks as though you can actually fall into that, and like just sink. Because later on you will have a power-up where you can walk on it, unfortunately for a limited time. So, yeah. Oh yeah, there's another one of those jars as well, which is going all the way through the level. I hated that so much in this one because it's... okay, yeah, he wants another berry. So yeah. Yeah, it was a bit of a pain to navigate through those. It's easy to get lost here. Oh, it's so fucking easy. The destruction there wasn't particularly great. Oh shit. Oh, I like this creature's design. Very, very good. Those guys with the shields, you got to knock the shield out of their hands, and then they're very vulnerable, and they're actually stunned for a short while as well. But yes, anyway, back to Enter the Dragonfly. Yes, I'd love to see that game remastered. I really would. I know that the level design's quite weak. Honestly, I mean, if it was a choice between Enter the Dragonfly being remastered and a brand new sequel, I would choose a sequel. But I wouldn't want Toys for Bob doing the texture work. I really wouldn't want them to really do a lot of the artwork. If there's, a team that can sort of touch it up a bit and, really make it the texture quality awesome, then great. I mean, they've really struggled to compress even just one game, and you've had to download the rest. I just can't imagine like a sequel being like one game being on a single disc, and looking as good without an additional massive download. Like 20, 40 gigas. I know 20's not really massive nowadays, but still, anyway. So yeah, I'd like Enter the Dragonfly to get a second chance because it's no, the level design wasn't all that great. No, the characters weren't really all that interesting. There wasn't really that much memorable about it, other than it was just an epic fail, basically. But it's not the fault of the developers. The developers knew what they were doing, as I said previously. It's one of the best fan sequels.
Wish one of those lava rocks should work.
I don't know why I had to ask him now. Yeah, I've got to get this rock here. Very nice. But yeah, the developers know what they're doing. It's a really good fan sequel, essentially.
Thanks for helping me reach the Great
if
Berry
you're not
Bush.
doing it
Now
in
we
the
can
Spyro
eat
to
berries
style,
all the time.
like
Here,
Myths Awaken and
gift from all of us hippos.
Spring World, whatever did. So yeah. Okay, so we've helped them eat berries all the time. Oh nice. The talisman is a magic lamp. Now fitting. Dry foot. What is that? If don't touch the hazardous water in shady oasis. How nice.
Spyro, 3 thieves have stolen our magical brass lamps. Please get the lamps before they take them away from Shady Oasis.
Catch the wily thieves. Yeah, so the thieves' designs are a bit different as well. Actually, if I remember correctly, they were designed exclusively for this level, so the originals as well. So, honestly, no complaints really. The level does look nice. They still got some of these details here, the squares and the lines. I don't know if that pattern has a name. Yeah, some of them are easy enough. Simple enough they'd have you run around in circles. So yeah. In gaming news, let's see as well. I quite like the lighting there. Sorry. Yeah, in gaming news, there's really actually not been much happening. Games have been releasing. Far Cry New Dawn, or Pink Far Cry as I prefer to call it, has released. Oh, I do love the lamp there. I wish I could have spent a bit more time looking at that, because that looked gorgeous. They really put a lot of effort into that. Yeah. Far Cry New Dawn has released, seemingly to very positive reviews. It's more Far Cry. I mean, it's not exceptional really in any way. It's not Rage 2, I don't think. But yeah, it's just really more of the same. I don't think it's really meant to appeal to anyone but Far Cry fans. It's like it's not trying to steal, you know, quote unquote, Rage 2 fans. It's not trying to, you know, capitalize really on the, you know, the love of nuclear wastelands and video games and stuff. It's just another Far Cry thing. Seems appropriately priced as well. It's like £37. That's not too bad. It's a few quid off the sort of full price, quote unquote. You know. So yeah, it's and as well with Uplay, you get points and things like that. So yeah, it doesn't seem too bad. Honestly, I would be tempted to. Yeah, it's very. Looks nice. I like what the Invincibility Powerup has done to the horns. Allows you to move on hazardous surfaces. Was I popping the bubbles then? Apparently not. Or maybe. No. What a shame. Anyway, yeah, so you can't be on here for too long, because otherwise you'll burn your arse. But yes, this is an invincibility power-up. It works for from all hazards. Sadly, it won't see much use. You know, there's another power-up later on in the game as well, and not Mystic Marsh. What was it called now? It's not Wizard Peak. I forgot the name of the fucking level. It's one of my favourites as well. But yeah, there's warlocks there. The warlocks. Sorry. The warlocks have stolen our one, Spyro. Could you help us retrieve them? Actually, the invincibility power-up's not too bad here because obviously with the hazard. Ah, shit! I was hoping to catch him there. Fuck, no. He's making jumps that I can't make. His writing checks my arse can't catch. Oh, for fuck's sake! Oh shit, I thought I had my invincibility power up there. No. I have to catch him in the glide. Yeah, oh, fucking hell. He did that in mid-air as well, that's not fair. That's not fair. Toys for Bob. Anyway, yeah, so Far Cry New Dawn seems to be doing alright. Metro Exodus has released, seems to be doing quite well, despite being sold exclusively on the Epic Store for apparently 12 months. I've not read anything that it is a 12 months exclusivity deal, but I imagine it will be. My mate Richard sent me a picture of people on the Steam forums for the game, saying that if you bought the game on Epic, it's like, we're not going to help you and things like that, but you know, as funny as that is, it's funny once, but, you know, don't be a dick. You know, you're both fans of the same game. And hey, if you're playing it on Steam, it means you pre-ordered it, okay? And I'm not saying that exclusivity is you know, pre-orders are worse than exclusivity, but they're both bad, okay? You're both shitheads, alright? Well, no, you're not both shitheads, I should say, but, you know, you've both got faults, okay? You both did an extreme thing to play the game, okay? And at the end of the day, you're both fans of the same IP, you know? You should both want each other to enjoy it. You know, it's this petty console war bullshit that we really don't need on PC, okay? Because at the end of the day, it doesn't help anyone, you know, competition's great, but we don't need the shit of a console war, you know. So, you know, we're fucking grown-ups, and let's start acting like it, I'm trying to think of what else there was I perhaps wanted to add. Oh yeah, it seems to be doing good. It's going into a more open world format, which is getting mixed reception from people, but it seems fine. You know, oh shit. I think the rest of the gems are in that container there. And we need to unlock a new ability, but we won't do that until we're in Winter Tundra. We need the Head Bash ability. I don't know if the rest of the gems are locked up in there, though. Ah, no, they're not, because we...
Spyro, my brother's...
No, sorry, I can't help you right now. I'll listen to your dialogue when we get to your quest. But until then, no. Right. Oh, there it is. Anthem is available in Origin Access Premium, or Origin Basic. Origin Access Basic, and you can buy a 10-hour trial. Early Access has not done the game too much good. You know, yeah, apparently we're playing an older build. Apparently, you know, it's there's going to be a day one patch, but there's a lot of things that they can't fix in a day one patch. There's a lot of things that they can't even solve as a game as a service, you know. And I don't believe games as a service should really be like what we're seeing with early access, where you get a bare bones thing and maybe it will get good. It's like pay us 55 quid now and maybe it'll get good. No, I want to see a good game at the start and I want to see it get better. Because you don't have a second launch. Like, early access is now the launch. The first impressions are out there. The streamers have given their opinions. I've given my opinions. The forums are flooded. You've got a lot of shit to change, and it's not as simple as, well, cut down on the loading screen. Talking about things like the gel that binds the characters and the story together. Talking about things like missions. You've only got 2 types. Collect echoes, these balls of glowing light, and bring them to a place. And... like the sort of glassiness in the eyes as well. Oh, yeah, I quite like that. Yeah, and you've got things like retrieve. Yeah, so like stand in a circle and stand in a circle and kill enemies. You know, the gunplay is great, but there's so little of it that it's hardly justified at all in the game. And that free play mode, the most bare bones thing, is the best part of the game, because you don't have to deal with the tethering of other players and having to deal with all this other stuff. So that's it really for this episode, I think. I don't know if I can get anything done in any of the zones. I did want to talk about Crackdown 3 very quickly. Fuck it, I'll do that while I'm dicking around. Crackdown 3 is another game that's released. It's sort of just stealth released as well. It's like it's supposed to be one of the most important releases for the Xbox One, and it's not done too well. Apparently it had, I mean, Google lists 5 studios working on it. Ain't got much to show for it, have they? No, it doesn't really look all that good. And not to mention as well, like the final studio really working on it, at least the main one, was Sumo Digital, who are working on Team Sonic Racing and Dead Island 2. We haven't heard of anything. We haven't heard anything from Dead Island 2, and Team Sonic Racing hasn't had much either. So I'm really worried that Sumo Digital may be done for, because, well, Crackdown 3 hasn't turned out all that well. Apparently, it's more of the same, but there's been that many better open world games out there. I mean, Christ, games from the same generation as Crackdown 1 were better. You know, Crackdown 1 is, in my opinion, significantly better than Crackdown 2 because of its lack of mission structure and things like that. It's just basically just go out, do this, and do whatever the hell you want, but there is still some level of strategy. It's not just overwhelming amounts of enemies. So yeah, I don't know about Crackdown. I will give it a play on Xbox Game Pass. I got a 14-day trial, and for $3.99 I think it is. That's not bad for Banjo-Kazooie and many other games that I would really like to play on PC if I can, because apparently it's on the Windows Universal Store. But yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry about that. I've blathered a bit. That's basically the end of the episode. Thank you ever so much for watching. Yeah, I'll probably give Crackdown a 3 a go. Maybe do a bit of. I'll probably do a bit of Anthem as well as a one-shot video. But yeah. So I'm going to end it there. Thank you ever so much for watching. You guys take care. And I do hope you've enjoyed this bit of Spyro Reignited Trilogy. And I'll see you next week. Ta-ta for now.